There are over 1.5 million home invasions happening every year. But is this one of them?
Naked and afraid.
What the are you guys doing? I am naked in my house. Why are you in my apartment?
Imagine being in your home, feeling safe, and the next thing you know, you hear a sound of men bursting through your door that was previously locked in broad daylight. And to top all that off, they had the keys to your door. And no, this is not a scene from a movie. This actually happened to this woman. Let's check it out.
A woman had just gotten out of the shower when she heard intruders. Her heart stopped. Was she the victim of a home invasion? Turns out it was 3 men who burst through her locked door. They were actually workers from the building. As Ann Mercogliano reports, she's so freaked out, she's moving.
A young woman is naked and terrified. She fears intruders have just broken into her apartment.
What the are you guys doing?
She's shocked to see 3 men inside her apartment. One man looked away.
Why are you in my apartment?
The woman was awakened by noises in her apartment building in Bloomfield, New Jersey. She jumped out of bed only to find men walking away. After confronting them, they explained they weren't intruders. They were there for something else.
We're doing an inspection, ma'am.
An inspection? Turns out the men work for her apartment building.
We're doing an inspection. We didn't think anyone was home.
That's even worse. I am naked in my house, in my own privacy, and you came and opened the door?
We understand that. We apologize.
I'm calling the police.
I spoke to 21-year-old Rebecca Thermidor.
And this is your bedroom, and you were asleep in here. You walk out here and you see 3 men right here?
Right here.
How scary?
Very, very scary. Anyone would have been scared. You're vulnerable. You don't have any way of protecting yourself.
She was home with her mom, sister, and an infant nephew.
Did you feel it might have been a break-in?
Yes.
Rebecca was especially shocked that the men gained entry, even though the door was locked and she had a deadbolt on the door that can only be opened from the inside.
Now try to get in. So try to open this now. You can't.
They removed it. So that makes me feel like if you can remove it, that makes me feel even less safe now.
The building's manager says they sent Rebecca an email explaining they needed access to her apartment on the morning they entered.
This is you packing up.
Rebecca says she's so shaken by the incident she's moving and has already started packing.
Why are you in my apartment?
We called the building's management for comment, but did not hear back.
So was she in the shower or was she in the bed? Either way, it wouldn't have been a good situation, right? The lady at the residence said that she locked that top lock, which looks like those type of locks that be in hotel rooms. Then they showed the lady from the news trying to get the guy on the other side of the door to open the door while it was locked. And of course, it didn't seem like they could do it. So the tenant said that somehow they opened the door anyway while it was locked, while that lock was engaged. So I'm like, how did that happen? Like, what kind of tool was that? So my question is, do you think there's a tool out there that could somehow unlock that door while that door is engaged in the lock position? Now, that part seems like it'll be hard to do, to unlock that type of lock on the other side of the door. Or do you think the tenant maybe thought she locked it and actually didn't lock it? But let me know what you think happened in that situation. So if you ever stay in apartments like me, you would know that this happens, right? They always have these inspections. Maintenance will come in, people who are inspecting it will come in, and you'll have people coming in your apartment. Like, well, I've had that happen. I can't speak for y'all, but for me, yeah, I've had inspections, people walking in, maybe I'm halfway asleep and they banging on my door. I know when they knock on that door and you don't answer, they're gonna try to come in. It's just what they do. So, and you could be in there, right? So that's the downside, I guess, when you're living in apartments, because I've had that happen to me. I mean, let me know if it happened to you. You basically in your house, sleep or doing something, you may not even hear the door knocking, but that door knock, and then they start trying to come in, start trying to unlock the locks. I've actually heard them like holler like, maintenance. They'll knock on the door, maintenance, and knock on the door again. They actually don't wait long before they start trying to open that door. So I do know that And I understand kind of from the standpoint of like, if you working, if you maintenance or you inspection or whatever, and you got 200 units to inspect and, you know, in a short period of time, you're trying to get through those units as fast as possible. And a lot of times they're not going to be patient. They're not going to wait for like 10 minutes when they don't hear anybody saying anything. So if you got that deadbolt lock that they don't have a key for, they don't supposed to have a key for, if you got that little chain lock that keeps people from coming in even though they have a key, definitely make sure you have those engaged, you know, because if not, yeah, they can come in and they will come in quick. They ain't waiting no 10 minutes. They ain't waiting until they ain't gonna call you and say, hey, are you here? None of that. So yeah. So let me know, what would you do if this happened to you? Has this happened to you before? What have you done? Let's talk about it in the comment section. So it did state in the video, the apartment complex did send her an email stating there would be an inspection. But the question is, how far in advance was that email sent? Let's just say the state law is 24 hours in advance. If they sent that email 24 hours in advance, that kind of covers them from the standpoint of notifying the tenants. I don't know. Let me know if you think the apartment sent it in advance based off what they were saying. What would have been great is if she had a Ring doorbell. That would have given her the ability to record from the time they stepped in front of her door. And while recording their video, right, you're actually going to hear their audio. So you'll be able to hear like what they were saying if they would have, you know, had a conversation like, hey, somebody must be at home, and somebody else saying like, it don't matter, open the door. That in itself could have for sure solidified her case and also discredit what the apartment management is saying. So a Ring doorbell is definitely the go-to when it comes down to having some form of security in front of your door. So I'm gonna leave the link to those doorbells in the comment section. That way you can purchase those directly from Amazon. Check the comment section, click on the link, go to Amazon, get yours immediately. Oh, another thing. So she basically said she's in the process of moving, right? So should her apartment complex allow her to break the lease, or should they force her to pay the penalty for breaking her lease? That's a good question. Do you think they allowed her to break the lease with no penalty? I'm leaning toward them allowing her to break the lease. I don't know. But let me know in the comment section what you think. If you got value out this video, show some love and smash the subscribe, like, and bell notification to get the latest HE content. And if you like this video, definitely check out the next video.